like to ask my friend Brian Valente from Redrock Micro to tell you about their products.
I'm one of the founders of Redrock. I now realize we were actually in the first Digital Cinema Society accessories demonstration, hearing there's been 3 of them because we've done the first 2. So we're happy to be here for the 3rd. I'm here with Omar, and Rachel's over there. She's kind of helping us with some of the switching. She's also got some swag. If you guys want some hats, there's also some along here. We are an American manufacturer. We design and manufacture everything in Texas, so we're really proud of that. We've been doing this for over 10 years now, and what I'd like to do is not spend a lot of time explaining things. Hopefully you guys will come up later and take a look. I want to introduce you to a lot of the things that we do, and then really focus a chunk of time on some of the new things we're working on. There's a lot of gear here. They all, honestly, all this gear is amazingly good. And really the challenge for you is to figure out what's the price point or value or features that you need, and hopefully find the right thing. But also, our expectation is a lot of people mix things together. So we have over 400 individual accessories that are all based on industry standards. So whether you like pieces of ours or pieces of other folks, we think it all comes together really nice. Briefly, just to talk about the kinds of things that we've always had, we have a great traditional follow focus. This is our micro follow focus black. It's got built-in hard stops. It's a studio version as well. We have a matte box as well. It's a full size. It's 2-stage, and these are roughly about $500 to $1,000. So we really focus on professional quality, roughly about 1/3 to half the price that you would normally see some of these things. And that's really where we focus, where you want to have majority of kind of the functionality and the build quality and not spend a ton of money doing it. In addition to that, we also have our power pack we'll talk about in a moment. This allows you to do a powered rig, so you can take in an individual battery and then distribute it to your camera, your onboard monitor, your wireless video, your wireless follow focus, and so forth. And again, these are little devices that, although you can see it here on our cage, we actually have the ability to put these pretty much on anybody's rig. We have a couple of rigs here that I just want to briefly introduce you to. One that actually lives here at Canon Hollywood. This is the studio rig over here. Rachel, you wanted to point at that. This is a studio configuration. You can see our gear for the cage is the Ultra Cage for C300. It's able to support anywhere from simple still lenses all the way up to the cinema zooms that Canon has, and it's a really solid system. The cage is about $500. We have a shoulder mount version here. It's pretty well decked out. You can see this is actually a C100 cage. We've got a nice shoulder pad, some configurable utilities. Again, I just encourage you to come and take a look at it and just kind of feel how it is on your shoulder. Where we've really been focused in the last about 2 or 3 years is a realization that while all this stuff is great, what's really a challenge nowadays is people and expertise. So it's great to sort of throw together production. It's really hard to find people who will actually come along with you for lower rates, that kind of stuff, or maybe you just end up having to do a lot of things yourself, or maybe with 2 or 3 crews. We talk to a lot of documentary folks, for example, when they talk about bringing on a focus puller. It's almost the first thing that gets cut, and it's really frustrating because we all know how important it is, but it's hard sometimes to justify the kind of crew that you need. So it's the usual, do more with less. So we've really been focused historically on our micro follow focus, which is this bundle. We actually have a brand new bundle called the Tandem Bundle, which is on sale now. I think it's about $500 off, and we've added a ton of accessories in. But it's been incredibly popular. It's about $2,800. It includes both a traditional wireless hand unit and also a finger wheel, which we're going to demonstrate here in a second. But this allows you to do both operator-controlled follow focus and also wireless for an AC. It's about a mile line of sight, feels great, works wonderfully. This is our current motor, again designed to be very, very small and to live on cameras anywhere from your little A7 mirrorless camera all the way up to the big boys. There is a movie called Fathers and Daughters that Shane Hurlbut shot. For some reason, he's sending out emails now that say it's just being released. I'm pretty sure it was released last year, but they used a couple of these wireless remote units on that movie with their FreeFly Movi gimbals. So it works in professional environments, works quite well. What I want to show you now and focus on is some of the new stuff. So one of the first rigs that we started to put together to try to combine all these things is our Scout rig. And I'm going to have Omar go ahead and pick this up and take a look at it. This is actually a little handheld rig. It comes also with a 15 mil rail if you want to build a system out of it. It's actually designed with a built-in dovetail that works with gimbals, so you can just slide it right in. And what's cool about this is it's a combination of a rig that provides all the support. It's got a built-in remote system. It's got the finger wheel that's actually integrated into the hand unit, and there's a power inside the grip that makes everything work. So Omar can run around with this, use it handheld. He can slide it into a rig. What's nice about this is it's already wireless enabled, so I can just turn this on. I can actually be pulling focus while he's doing this. So this is a good example of something where we see people trying to take these smaller cameras, trying to put a lot of gack on them, kind of jerry-rigging it together, and then trying to put it on a couple different rigs. And we just said, why don't we just sort of solve that problem, put everything in there together, make it the rig, the power, and the remote system. Yes, you can obviously add wireless at any point in time, and now it's going to be something that's a little bit more useful. And this is about $2,100, I think. At NAB this year, and also at Cinegear, we previewed a new system called Eclipse. And the Eclipse system is a set of products that work together really to try to take this idea of solo operators and small crews and take it to the next step. So I'm going to show you a couple of these, and then I'm going to preview something we've never shown anybody before. I pulled it literally right off the engineer's bench, so it's going to be a little noisy, it's going to be a little funky, but I think you're going to appreciate what you're going to see, and hopefully it will work enough that you can see how it works. But let me kind of talk to you briefly about what the Eclipse system is. And Omar is actually just setting it up right here. It's comprised of a set of products that work together either individually or on a rig that share power and communications between each other. The entire system, you can go ahead and pull that up. The entire system I'm going to show you actually runs off a single Canon LP6 battery. So it's not required. You can certainly plug in anything like this awesome Anton Bauer battery. You can actually use either ones, or you can actually hot swap between them. It's one of the things about the Eclipse system that's really nice. First thing we have is this finger wheel here. This is called the Navigator. So as I mentioned, you saw the finger wheel before, which is the idea of pulling focus. This is now a 7-in-1 finger unit, which allows you to do focus. Iris is the second one above it. On the front, I'm not sure you'll be able to see it too well, but there is a joystick that is for zoom. We have the ability to control also a gimbal, so you can do pan, tilt, and roll adjustments for your gimbal. You can start and stop the camera. So the idea is that whether you're running gimbal, whether you're running shoulder mount, you have the ability to actually control all this stuff from your fingertips. And again, you can also have that available on your remote system as well. But this is a nice way that if you're doing this all by yourself, you don't have to put down your rig or try to figure out how to reconfigure or set up all these other different pieces. It's all going to come together on the Navigator. The next piece I'll talk about is the new Atlas motor. This is the motor, and actually I think that's sort of a little bit misleading. This is the entire remote, so there is no brain, there's no base station. It's 6 ounces. It also it's the only motor that has a built-in S-bus port, so if you are using drone or aerial, you would actually plug this directly into your gimbal, and it will take power, and you can actually control it from your wireless RC controller. So we were just actually talking Intuitive Aerial, for example. They use the same protocol that we do. So all those controls that you have on your wireless unit for aerial cinematography now can actually control the motor and all the lens controls that we have. So it's really unique. It actually is daisy chainable, so all these have 2 connectors here. Oops, sorry about that. So you can actually daisy chain more than one together. We have focus, iris, and zoom. It's as simple as pressing the button to actually change the mode from focus to iris to zoom. And I'm going to show you one of the controllers we have in a second. But the other one, obviously, is the finger wheel there that we've already have built in that will actually control that. These are $995 a channel complete. The next piece I'm going to show you is the Halo. This is a piece of the Halo Explorer. This is a combination rangefinder. So it'll tell you the distance. It's an infrared laser that actually does this readout. It also does focus tracking, so you can actually turn it on. Do we have that sort of working? Yeah. So it'll actually turn blue to indicate that it's working. It'll actually drive focus of your subject. And this is one of the things that's been really, really exciting for people. You're not limited now in terms of focus tracking to specific types of subjects, to lighting, to specific cameras, to a specific lens. It will do all those things for you. And you actually have the ability to move seamlessly between autofocus and manual focus. So maybe you're going to walk in and you want to use the focus tracking to sort of do a close-up, and then once you're there, you want to take over and do control, or have your AC do control of the focus. You have the ability to do that, which is really unique. Normally, autofocus is just one of these things you just kind of turn it on and hope that it's going to do a good job, and if it hunts, well, we don't think that that's acceptable. So that is the Halo system. The last piece I'm going to show you is the Orbit. It's a bit of a one-trick pony, but it does a really cool trick. This is the entire system. Again, can run off an LP6, or if you plug it in, can run off power from the entire system. This is a monitor positioning system, or a monitor gimbal. So for those of you folks who use a gimbal, you try to go low to high, it's impossible to see the monitor. I have actually a video, I think, that will demonstrate this. Sorry, they didn't give me the working one here, but briefly, you can see that as he's going from low to high, the monitor is actually tilting and adjusting automatically, so that it's always facing the operator at any time. I hope that was clear, because I've never seen that video before. But it's a pretty, if that's important to you, it's a great tool that actually, again, as I mentioned, does that either you can manually set it, or actually will automatically adjust that for you. So in addition to radio, so these are great. This is about a mile line of sight range. It's got a traditional 2.4 gigahertz radio. We also have Wi-Fi built into this. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Okay. So this is an app that controls the remote. I'm showing you the focus version. There is an iris and a zoom version. You can run these individually or together as one app. I'm just showing you this today. This has not been seen before. I'll show you a couple cool things about it, and then sort of a punchline at the end. So, and again, what I'm doing here, you can hopefully see there. Let me know if it conks out. So I can go ahead and actually control focus with my finger. I can actually start and stop the camera, which I don't think I can demonstrate here. I can calibrate the motor. One of the things I like is a little bit of automation here, that I can actually press and hold and set a point. And these little curves there will actually define the basically the easing in or easing out of your automated focus. So when I press it, this is a relatively smooth sort of ease in, ease out. I can actually change the speed at which it does that. So this is a 5-second version. It'll go much slower. If I want to have one that's a little bit faster in the middle, I can do that, and I've chosen this sort of mountainous one looking at the top there. And I can actually go ahead and actually set a second point. And you'll see I'm going to make this a little slower. So I'm going to go ahead and just go between these 2 points. I keep wanting to show this to you, but I realize it's on the screen. And I can go back and forth between them. One of the things that is really important to us about this is it's got to be usable. So phone things are a little bit tricky. Wi-Fi has got a range of about 30 or 40 feet, so it's not going to work in all situations. And again, I can just go ahead and turn the radio on, and we'll switch right over and do the radio frequency thing. This app, as I mentioned, there is a focus screen, an iris screen, and a zoom screen. Comes free with the motor. So what that means is basically for $995, you have yourself a professional grade remote focus system, not just a motor, but the entire system, and a free controller that is ready to be upgraded either with the Navigator finger wheel or with our wireless remote system. So whether you're starting from scratch and don't have a lot of money, but you want to spend something that's going to work, it's going to grow with you, whether you want to go from Wi-Fi to radio, if you want to go from single channel to 3 channel, we feel like we have a really good solution now that we're working on. This is one of the first previews you've seen. In fact, I think it's the first preview of kind of one of the ways in which we're going about this. And you're going to see a few more pieces around this here coming up that are going to be really exciting, but this is the start of this type of system. So, Atlas Motors, this is the Eclipse system. Last thing I'll mention is this entire setup, sorry, I'm turning you off, was run entirely by this single battery. So, for those folks who are also looking for really, really small systems, really light systems where weight is a consideration, or even if weight isn't a consideration, you just want to keep it with your camera at all times, this is a great way to go about it. So thank you for your time.
With that, I will thank you very much.
Thank you.